After we determined the methodology for rotating the sets, which was basically suspending the set in these huge rings.
There was a series of, I think, 8 30-foot diameter rings which were all joined together, and each one of those rings was rotated using an electric motor via camshafts and drive wheels. The whole thing had to be built to close tolerances, because if it was out or if the rings weren't totally round, you know, it would have given us all sorts of problems. It would have created vibrations and bumps, and the main thing about it was the accuracy in actually fabricating the rig.
I mean, the idea of using a centrifuge to manipulate gravity, it's been done on various films, most notably Kubrick's 2001, and I like the idea of repurposing that technology and really trying to choreograph an entire fight sequence and camera movement and all the rest. Really do something that could be completely in camera in a way that, you know, I hadn't seen before.
The sets that required this movement, all the equipment had to be locked into the set. It either had to rotate with it if it made sense, or the set would rotate out of the light. So it did require a lot of planning on my part in order to determine what was going to happen with lights when the set moved, and what was going to happen with the camera. Is the camera separate from the set, or is it actually rotating with the set?
What I wanted to do for the zero gravity sequences was to take an ordinary environment and achieve this very incongruous zero gravity effect. We did it through a number of different rigs, and in the final edit what you see is shot to shot to shot. It tends to be a different orientation, a completely different rig in each shot, and I think that, more than anything else, really stops the audience seeing the trick of how these things are done.
The vertical corridor is supposed to be the same location as the horizontal corridor, and it's an identical set. The difference is that it has been built vertically, so it's standing on its end. And this means we can drop actors and stunt performers on wires down into the set, and the camera looks up at them. And they can then be raised or lowered, they can swing around inside the set, and it looks like they're floating in zero gravity.
It was an extremely collaborative thing, and we were all really just kind of figuring it out. So many action movies now, and it's all done on computers later, whereas these scenes that we did, it was so well thought out. It's just the things revolving, and it's up to me to keep my balance, and we did the performance, and they shot it, and that's that. I love that. There's no substitute for real human energy performance. That was the most fun. It was the most challenging and the most fun.